For an equipment reference, I am watching all of my movies either on my dedicated 4K Blu-ray player in my bedroom on a 55-inch Samsung 8000 series 4K TV, and in my rec room on the Xbox One S Blu-ray player, watching those on a 65-inch Samsung 8000 series 4K TV. Just to let you know how I'm watching these movies.
Blue streak speeds by Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Fastest thing alive. Sonic.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Okay, that was a little bit crazy, I know, but whatever. Going to be having a lot of fun today on For Me, It Was Tuesday. I am your host, GQ. Do me a favor. My singing aside, hit the subscribe button.
Here's the thing, I'm never wrong.
Like the video, leave some comments, hit the notification bell. Check us out on culturejunkies.net, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, Twitch and Discord, because we're everywhere. So, Sonic the Hedgehog. I was really shocked at how good this movie actually was. Directed by Jeff Fowler, starring Ben Schwartz, Jim Carrey, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, and one of my favorites, Neil McDonough, in a very brief part. But the movie starts off with, of course, the title character, Sonic the Hedgehog, running around on Mobius, his home world. It looks a heck of a lot like the Green Hill Zone, which is exactly what it's supposed to look like. He is, of course, a little young hedgehog at this point. At least when the movie starts, he's a young hedgehog. And we get to see Longclaw, who apparently is his mentor, the person that was protecting him. She gets attacked because Sonic is running around and people want his power, his speed, the energy that he can produce from running. She sends him off using his magical rings. We get a ton of Sonic the Hedgehog references throughout this movie, so strap in, because there's a ton of references to the games and all the, the various Sonic the Hedgehog lore over all the years that Sonic has been around. So this movie has got it all. I mean, it's got stuff for kids, it's got stuff for long-term Sonic the Hedgehog fans. She sends him to Earth using the rings. The rings essentially aren't his lifeblood in this movie as they are in the games. They're actually used as portals to go essentially wherever, travel all over the entire universe basically. So she sends him to Earth. Tells him to lay low, don't let anybody see what you can do, this and that. And he essentially does exactly that. One of the first movie characters to actually listen to what they're told, especially a young movie character. So he ends up in, and I kid you not, it's the area that he goes to is Green Hills. And it's perfect. It's a perfect segue into bringing you into that Sonic the Hedgehog world and letting you know just how they're going to stick in little references here and there to what you know from the games. And Sonic ends up in Green Hills. He stays on the outskirts. There's a crazy old man who believes he's seen him. It's the usual, village guy that everybody thinks is crazy, but he actually tried to trap Sonic a few times, tried to catch him. Has a picture of his own rendition of what he thinks Sonic looks like. And hilariously enough, the picture is actually a drawing from the internet that a young child, I think, had put together, and the internet has termed as Sonic. Poorly drawn picture, but again, it's a child's picture. But it was the fact that they threw that in there is hilarious, and it just shows the attention to detail that they took with this particular film, as far as giving stuff for the fandom and also telling their story. Sonic, of course, lives off, kind of secluded, but as fast as he is, he's, acquired various things. Now, obviously, he doesn't have money, so I think he's doing a little bit of five-finger discount because he's got a collection of comic books, he's got a ping pong table, he's got just stuff, and it's just like, okay, well, you don't have a job. Anyway, that's besides the point. That's reading way too far in for this kid's movie, but he does want interaction. He does want friends. So he kind of spends most of his time spying on the sheriff of the town, played by James Marsden, who he calls Donut Lord. And of course, Donut Lord is married to, I don't remember her character name, but married to Tika Sumpter's character, who is, interestingly enough, she plays the wife or fiance character for a lot of unconventional fiancés, because she was also Kevin Hart's fiance, I believe, in Ride Along. And so now she's, married to James Marsden's character, which is, I don't know, it's just weird. She always plays opposite. She basically plays a fiance of odd pairings. I'll just leave it at that. So, unfortunately, Sonic, as much as he's kind of spies on them and watches movies through their window when they're watching movies and that sort of thing, he knows he can't approach them because he's supposed to lay low. That was the last final lesson from Longclaw. But in his loneliness, he decides to play a game of baseball against himself. He plays all positions. It's insane how fast he is portrayed in this film. Emotions kind of get to him. He runs around the field so fast, he causes an EMP that takes out the majority of not only just the town, takes out the majority of the region. So of course that gets on the government's radar. They send in an expert. Enter Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I would go on record right now as to saying I wish they could have got Jim Carrey to channel his Robotnik performance when he played the Riddler all the way back in Batman Forever. Because the way he plays Robotnik as I am the smartest person, not only in the room, I am the smartest person on the planet. That's what I wanted out of the Riddler. So Jim Carrey is amazing in this role. He is it's Jim Carrey's wit, it's Jim Carrey's probably improv in a lot of these situations, and it's perfect. And I even love the outfit they gave him. They gave him this long, kind of 3/4 length black, not so much trench coat, but it's like a black kind of flowing coat with a red detail on it. Looks amazing. I would buy that if they sold that, and I would rock that bad boy in the fall and winter here in the cold state of Michigan. Moving past that though, of course, Robotnik is tracking down Sonic, trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? What caused this insane amount of power output, and how can I harness it and use it for myself, essentially? He has, of course, his tons of robots, because again, he's Dr. Robotnik, so he believes more in machines than people, and it's really well put together. We do run into Neil McDonough for a very, like I said, one scene. I wish Neil McDonough is one of my favorite actors, so I kind of wish they would have used him more, but they used him for this one scene, and that kind of was it. So Neil had a brief, probably 1 or 2 day shoot. Moving beyond that, though, of course, you run into the situation where Robotnik tracks down Sonic. Sonic is holed up in the Donut Lord's house, and unfortunately for him, Robotnik knows exactly where he's at, tracks him down. Little altercation ensues, and Sonic and Donut Lord are on the run. Robotnik's trying to, essentially sends some machines to chase them down. They get into a bar fight. Again, I don't want to give away the entire movie. You really honestly need to see this movie. Now, here's the funny thing about Sonic the Hedgehog. The fans forced Paramount to make this movie as good as it actually is now. Because a lot of the controversy was when they originally put out the trailer using Gangster's Paradise for whatever odd reason, Sonic's design was horrific. He had funny looking fur, he had human teeth basically. He looked wrong. And everybody, the internet roasted Paramount for the way he looked. And it's just like, wow. The fact that Paramount listened, delayed the film, put all the work in, because again, it's work and money, but they put in the work to fix the character model for Sonic, make him look 100,000 times better than was expected. And they did an amazing job with it. When it comes to the 4K side of things, the 4K transfer it's great. I mean, the movie is very colorful. It has scenes, as nighttime scenes, as daytime scenes, but the effects look crisp. The color depth everything, like Sonic, the way he looks in this film now versus, you know, the original render of him is night and day, and he looks amazing. The 4K, like I said, HDR, the transfer and everything looks great. As far as extras, you get your standard behind the scenes, your usual gag reel. Again, with Jim Carrey, you have to have a gag reel because you know he did some crazy stuff on set. And you also get some, you know, your standard behind the scenes, the cast talking about their memories of playing Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game, and all that sort of thing, and all their memories of the character. So all in all, it's a good package. Sonic the Hedgehog, and of course I got the Steelbook. It took Best Buy a month to get it to me. I don't know why you guys took so long. But the Steelbook is actually pretty cool. It's got Sonic, of course, on the front, Jim Carrey's Robotnik on the back. I thoroughly enjoyed this film, so I'm gonna leave you guys with these final words. For many of you out there, when you heard a Sonic the Hedgehog movie was going to be released, you kind of rolled your eyes like, oh great, another letdown video game movie translation. Then you saw the Gangsta's Paradise trailer with Sonic and you thought, oh goodness, yes, exactly right, they failed me. They were gonna release this crap and they got Sonic looking like crap. And thankfully, enough of you complained and Paramount saw the light of day, and then they released a trailer with the updated Sonic look. And most of us breathed a sigh of relief. And yeah, kind of was like, okay, well, okay, maybe there is something there. You know what? I was right there along with all you guys. When they finally released another trailer making him look a lot better, I finally was like, okay, God, thank God they're going to actually do something halfway decent. Then I went to the theater and saw it and enjoyed it, and got it on Blu-ray and enjoyed it some more. So for many of you out there, it was a big sigh of relief. I'm gonna throw myself in there as well. But you guys know I gotta be a little bit different because, hey, for me,
It was Tuesday.
I'll see you guys next time.
If you're enjoying our content, please consider going to our Patreon and becoming a supporter. There are different tiers to select from, and we thank you for your support.
Culture Junkies!